Today we will be going over the best attractions at Animal Kingdom, along with some rides you probably shouldn't be doing. And of course, we have tons of insider information on all the best things to do at Animal Kingdom. And if that sounds interesting, let's jump into it. What's up, my fellow Binge travelers? Welcome back. I am extremely excited for today's video, and I would watch until the end if I were you, because when I was making my list of the best and worst rides at Animal Kingdom, even I was surprised, and this is my list. So let's go on into the worst ride Animal Kingdom has to offer. Unfortunately, if we're talking about one of the worst attractions at Animal Kingdom, we have to head over to Dinoland USA, where we will find the Triceratops Spin. Its placement in Disney World is a bit questionable to me. It doesn't feel like Disney, it feels like a county fair, and that's just not Disney. There's no Disney theming to be seen anywhere in this land. But good news, this whole land should be refurbished in about 5 years. So be on the lookout for a Dinoland USA refurbishment. I do enjoy the dinosaur ride, but the Triceratops Spin, it's no different than the Aladdin Magic Carpets, minus the Disney elements that Aladdin has. So for me, it has to get a 0.5 stars out of 5. Next up, we have a ride right around the corner in the Primeval Whirl. And for me, this ride isn't that bad, but it's only open seasonally, which is very strange. The ride completely broke down last year and is now following a seasonal schedule. So it will only be open for the spring break crowds and the summer crowds. That is it. And that always means that a refurbishment is on the way. Just look at what happened to Stitch's Great Escape. But for when the ride is actually opened, I would have to give it a 1 star because I rode this exact ride at my county fair only a month ago. Next up, we have the first show on my list, and I was very disappointed. I have to put it in this spot because I was very excited to see this because Animal Kingdom never had a nighttime spectacular until just recently. So when I saw the Rivers of Light, I was vastly disappointed. Personally, it was a little bit boring to me. It felt like I was just watching a waterfall with a couple lights for almost an hour. It felt like longer than an hour, and I could do that in my backyard. I don't need to go to Disney World to watch a water fountain with lights. I'm sorry. 1 star out of 5 for me. I wish this was so much better. We have another show towards the bottom of this list, and I can already tell that this one is going to be very controversial. And for the 4th worst attraction in all of Animal Kingdom, I have to give it to Finding Nemo the Musical. And if you love Broadway style shows, this might be your favorite show in all of Disney World, but for me, I guess I'm just not a fan because I find it kind of boring. I took my cousins to Disney World for the very first time, and it literally put them to sleep. And that's not a good sign. For those reasons, I have to give Finding Nemo the Musical 2 stars out of 5. Next, we have the most recent addition to Animal Kingdom, and it lies in the lands of Pandora, and for me, it is Na'vi River Journey. I actually made a video talking about things I would never do at Disney World again, and this was on that list. Mainly because the lines are very long for this ride, and for me, they're just not worth it. That's why it gets a 2.5 stars out of 5 for me. Next, we have a 3-star attraction, and it's Tough to Be a Bug. And the reason I love this attraction so much is because you get to crawl inside the Tree of Life and really experience what it's like to be a real-life bug. You got the cockroaches crawling under your seats. Woo! I love this attraction. 3 stars. Quick interruption, if you're enjoying the video so far, please drop a like on it. It really helps the channel out more than you can even imagine. And if you're enjoying the content, subscribe because I would love to keep you around. The next show on this list is something I feel is very underrated, and most of you probably have never done this before, and that is the Up Big Bird Adventure. I love this show. It's an awesome show, great for the whole family, very wholesome, very important to know about the birds. You gotta do this show. 3.5 stars out of 5 for me. It's better than all the other shows I listed. Josh, are you crazy? Maybe, but it's a great show. Go check it out, baby. I apologize for that, but I'm starting to lose my voice and we gotta keep this thing rolling. Next up, we have Cali River Rapids. You will get soaked, but 4 stars out of 5. It's a great themed attraction. I wish you wouldn't get soaked. There's some cheap, like, oh, you're just gonna drop a waterfall down. That's kind of cheap. I wish that wasn't there, but usually you're gonna go crazy. Who's gonna get splashed? Who's gonna get soaked? You're all gonna get soaked most likely. I wish they had the covers in the middle too. They got rid of those, which is kind of scary, so get a locker if you have important stuff that you don't want to get wet. But Cali River Rapids, a great attraction in Animal Kingdom. 4 stars out of 5 for me. We have now entered the top 5 attractions in all of Animal Kingdom, and I cannot even express how happy I am to get to this next ride. And it is perfectly named dinosaur. I love this attraction with all my heart, and it is truly one of the best themed attractions in all of Disney World. This really feels like you're going after an asteroid, you're going to be hit, you're going to be eaten alive by a dinosaur. Amazing, amazing ride, and one of the best in all of Disney World. Definitely a 5-star attraction from me. Wow, this list was so tough to make, but for the number 4 spot, I have the Festival of the Lion King. This show is truly the best in all of Disney World and definitely pulls on your heartstrings. My younger cousin actually got the opportunity to be called up on stage, so he got to go up on the stage and he was participating in the show. It was super emotional. I'm getting emotional just talking about it because it was a spectacular experience, and you can check that out up here. It's definitely worth checking out after this video. A shoe-in for the 5 stars on a 5-star rating for me. Now it's time for the ultimate Animal Kingdom roller coaster, and let's just hope the Yeti doesn't come after me for not having it number 1. And with that, of course, we are talking about Expedition Everest, and if I'm going to tell you guys a little secret, this might be my favorite roller coaster. This ride has the perfect theming, a perfect thrill level, and a perfect picture when you get your picture taken. I love the Yeti, the theming, like I said, amazing, spot on. Everything about this ride is perfect. So it gets a 5 out of 5-star rating for me as well. Perfect in every way. Wow, this is mind-boggling. We are now into the top 2, and I was debating for a very long time if I should have this ride as number 1 or number 2. And ultimately, Kilimanjaro Safari is my number 2. It was so close to being number 1, but I wish they had the poacher scene in there where you're running from the poachers. If it had that poacher scene, this would probably be my number 1, but it is an amazing ride. I love seeing the animals. You have to do this in the early morning if you can. If you can go right when the park opens, get the Fastpass for this ride. It is absolutely amazing. It's the best time to see the animals. Also in the evening when it's cooler, you don't want to go in the beaming heat. I love Animal Kingdom, and this is what Disney World is about. And for my number 1 attraction in all of Animal Kingdom, and possibly my favorite ride in all of Disney World, is the Flight of Passage. You need to ride this ride if you have not done it. If some of you have not been to Disney World before, if you haven't been to Animal Kingdom, you must ride Flight of Passage. I can't even explain it with words. It's so amazing. It's not even a ride. It's not an attraction. It's an experience of a lifetime, and you need to ride this ride. And those are the best rides and the worst rides at Animal Kingdom. And I really hope this helps you out on your future trips to Disney World. And if it does, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, because I have more videos coming out just like this one. I also made videos on the best rides at Magic Kingdom and the best rides at Hollywood Studios that you should definitely check out. And I'll see you in Epcot.